mo ń bọ̀ láti ẹ̀pìn mi àwa dóṣù mo kàn mú Olúwa ní mú fóònù ẹ mo ṣe mú fóònù báyìí mi ò mọ nǹkan tí mo tẹ̀ prógráàmù Tibetan mo tẹ̀ oníta lélẹ̀.
The 7 signs of a wicked prophet, the prophet of Balaam. It looked like a misunderstanding, and we all thought there is nothing much more attached to it than that. But it seems there are more to what the eyes can see. There are 2 notable prophets. They became popular on YouTube due to the work of a blogger. The prophets are called Tibetan. He has an alias of the Nostradamus of our time. He writes yearly predictions that touches private, political, and many other spheres of our lives or of our society. And we have on the other hand, Prophet Adebayo, whose voice you heard at the beginning of this video. For a while now, there have been some thoughts, hush, hush, right, left, and center. People didn't really know what was happening. But a few days ago, Prophet Adebayo dropped a shocker when he went on a particular mountain with this blogger. And he said,
mo kàn mú Olúwa ní mú fóònù ẹ mo ṣe mú fóònù báyìí mi ò mọ nǹkan tí mo tẹ̀ prógráàmù Tibetan mo tẹ̀ oníta lélẹ̀ ó ní mo fẹ́ rán ẹ sí ṣe bí ọ̀dẹ̀ ṣe bí òmùgọ̀ ó ti dè àwọn kan pẹ̀lú agbára òkùnkùn mo fẹ́ tọwọ́ rẹ̀ tú wọn sílẹ̀. Ògo ni wọ́n ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn tó dé yìí ẹni ògo ni wọ́n. Mo ní mi ò mọ àdírẹ́sì àwa dé Ifẹ̀ junction driver mi ń ra àkàrà oṣù wọ́n á ní kókó tó ra àkàrà mo ní wá bá mi wá nọ́mbà ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí jáde ẹni tó ń sọ pé mo ní nọ́mbà ẹ̀ mo ti mọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ò mo fẹ́ mọ̀ ìyẹn ò mọ nǹkan tó Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ mi sọ ló dẹ̀ ṣe kí nìyẹn ló bá mú nọ́mbà jáde inú mọ́tò mo ti pè é Adégbọ̀ngàn ni mo pè é ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ sá o ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta o ṣé ẹ mọ ìyá tẹ́ni olómọ yẹn ìyá tẹ́ni tó ń ta oúnjẹ ní Yànà Pájà tó máa ń tó oúnjẹ fún sáúlà mo ní ṣe bí ẹ̀yin lẹ wà ní Rájí ọba nígbà kan ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. mo lè ṣe gan mo ní ṣe lè mọ̀ mí ṣá ó ní tá a bá ríra face to face kí ilẹ̀ tó pè máa ṣe mú nọ́mbà ẹ̀ Olúwa tó bá jẹ́ wòlíì Ọlọ́run lóòótọ́ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá sọ̀rọ̀ gbà tó lọ́wọ́ máa sọ Adébáyọ̀ Olúwa ló dìgbà tó bá débẹ̀ wàá fi mọ̀ pé kò rò fún mi. wọ́n ti mú débẹ̀ sí wọ́n ń ṣe ìsìn Wednesday mo jókòó sílẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ mo ṣe bí ọmọ school wọ́n ń pín ọsàn nígbà tí wọ́n bọ́ sọ́dọ̀ mi mo gbà Olúwa ọsàn tí wọ́n pín ṣé kò sí nǹkan kan Olúwa ní kò sóhun tí ó ṣe ọ́ ìbé mi mo rẹ́ wá sí mo ló di àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ tọwọ́ rẹ̀ tú wọn ni mo fẹ́ tọwọ́ rẹ̀ tú wọn ni o àwọn tó sì di pé ẹni ògo ni wọ́n ọmọ ìyá ni ọsàn yẹn ni ẹ máa mú Olúwa ṣé kí n mú wọn ní kí ló ń bẹ̀rù fún mú n bá bo oníkálukú wọn gbó ó ní oyè ewúro tó bá ti bá ń bẹ̀ òun ló máa fi ka sáàmù nígbà tí mo wá mú tí mo mọ̀ sọ oyè ewúro ní 24 psalm 24 tí olúwa nílẹ̀ àti ẹ̀kún rẹ̀ ayé àti àwọn tó tẹ̀dó sínú rẹ̀ ó ní ta ni ó gorí òkè olúwa lọ ẹni tó ní ọwọ́ mímọ́ àti àyà funfun olúwa ní dúró kò lọ́wọ́ mímọ́ kò ní àyà funfun lọ́wọ́ mímọ́ kò ní àyà funfun lọ́wọ́ mímọ́ kò ní àyà funfun.
You heard at the beginning. If you did not hear, I will tell you a little of what he said, that he pretended because God instructed him to visit Prophet Tibetan. Now, both of them are not from the same denomination. Tibetan is a white garment prophet, Celestial. Adebayo is a Christ Apostolic Church prophet. Now, both of them have different mode of worship, maybe a little similar, but Christ Apostolic and Celestial operate in different, manifestations. Now, having said that, a lot of people initially heard him saying that he went visiting Prophet Tibetan because he had some issues and someone directed him to him. This is what he said initially, that he had challenges in life. He is still a prophet, and I do not really know what happened in his life. But from what he said, it's like he fell and he was having problems. So he needed some other prophet to help him, rearrange his pathway or some, challenges in his life that needs to be sorted out. He didn't say the actual challenges. He went to the prophet saw him, and he has been visiting the prophet once in a while, probably during birthday and all of that. We see all of these things. But somehow, prophecies and counter prophecy and change of prophecy and rearrangement of prophecy and many other things were what we heard from this blogger, and it became faction A, faction B. All of a sudden we realized that he wasn't going close to Tibetan anymore. He was he was a regular face with Tibetan, but all of a sudden we realized that he attached himself to this CAC prophet. Now there are some issues that I realized later, and this one that you heard at the beginning is a shocker, that he went to the prophet not because he had problems, but God instructed him to go there because Tibetan had tied down a lot of people. And we also heard from another blogger that this particular blogger that brought both of them out on YouTube actually went there also because he had problems. So when you had one and one together, it seems this particular blogger who brought both of them out, brought Tibetan out, brought Adebayo out, was also limited, tied somehow. And when I took time to listen more, I heard things like when people go to meet this prophet, rather than him solving or sorting out their issues, he will make sure that their problems do not get sorted out totally, so that they can keep coming. I don't know about that, but this is what I heard. I'm only telling you what I heard. I also heard that there are certain prophets, when they meet you and somehow your landed properties or documents are placed in their hands, somehow they fire you spiritual arrows. You get sick, you die, and that document that is with them will not be returned to your immediate family or anyone close to you. They sit on it. I don't know what this is all about. I'm only telling you what I heard from this blogger. I also heard that this prophet stood in between the line, spiritually, to help Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, by killing this camel, killing these cows, doing spiritual work to put the person there, even though is not the person that the people want. I don't know about that. I know Bola Ahmed Tinubu has his own supporter. Peter Obi also has his own supporter. Atiku has his own supporter. And every other candidate will push, press, spiritually, physically, materially, whatever way to actualize their aim and dream. It is natural. This is human. Now, this is where we have spiritual challenges. I mean, prophecies, vision. Now, Tibetan at the initial stage said this and that about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I mean, negative things. And after a while, those things became, right. It became positive. I don't know what had went on or happened. They say prophecies are there to, edify. They are there to help us change. If you change, your prophecy will change. If God decides to shine his face on you, your prophecy will change. And visions are like TV channels. It changes. Yeah, it changes. Now, on the other hand, we have Prophet Adebayo, who are still, he prophesied and still insisted on negative things about the president-elect. And, I started kind of looking into it, like, who is speaking to these people? Is it really God, one spirit speaking to them? But now, I am hearing that Tibetan from Adebayo is not a clean-handed prophet, meaning his hands are not clean. Is not clean. To what extent? I don't know. Is it that he's a diabolic prophet? Is it that he's a true prophet of God? I don't know what he's trying to say, and I don't want to, press on that because I don't know what exactly he's saying. But the aspect of him tying a lot of people, of him using his prophetic seat, office, to shoot arrows at people, to break people down, and to do a lot of things is what I am baffled with. I am really baffled with it. But till date, I tried listening to Tibetan to ascertain, to find out what he has to say. But what I'm seeing and what I heard, maybe I've not heard some other things that you have heard, is a subtle response of there is this blogger saying things and putting things in the mouth of people. It's better he traces a step back. I have not heard aggressive or some kind of strong words like I will do this and that. I don't think you want to say that kind of thing publicly anyway. But the thing that I've seen or realized is that those who have this ability, either whatever it is where they got it from, they can hurt people, they can manipulate people. So that is the reason why I think that wisdom should be applied in this. And I'm referring to the blogger. I'm not talking about Tibetan, prophet, Adebayo, prophet. Both of them operate in a certain realm, and they themselves know what to do within that realm. But if this blogger is not in that realm, then he needs to take caution. That's just what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do your job. I'm not saying I'm not saying you should be a coward. No, I'm not saying any of this. But then, application of wisdom. Yes, I listened to this blogger. He has gone against some other white garments, and he has spoken extensively and without fear or whatever. I have heard and I've seen many of that, which is okay. If that is your job, do it diligently. But in this case, it is now becoming somewhat of a saga. This prophet throwing shade, saying this person is not clean. I just went there back then, even though when I spoke about it, I didn't say the truth of it. I said I had challenges, I went there. That's what he said at the beginning, that he had challenges, he went there, this and that. He didn't say God asked him to go there. He didn't say any of that. He said, I know what he was going to say. I only went there, not because I don't know. I already know what this thing is all about. I'm not going there like a novice. I wasn't a novice, but the challenges I had at that time, I couldn't get out of it. So I needed some other, way out of it, some other instructions. And that is what I went. That is what he said at the beginning. But now we are hearing that, no, I didn't have problems. I only went there because God instructed me. I sat down and I got Psalm 24 out of the seeds in the orange. And this is what I read. And this is what God said to me. Well, it is strange. It is strange. I don't know what your thoughts are, because this is getting deep, and I'm very sure that some other bloggers who go to see Tibetan will take this upon themselves, because one of them actually did one certain time. I did some clips and series analysis about it, where he said few of the things that I said, and now this is developing into, I don't know, that prophet is not a prophet of God. Oh, he's a prophet of God, but he has decided to take money, he has decided to go in a different route. He is not who he is, and that. And it seems there are prophets, who are listening to this, and it could become wide. That is what I'm saying. It could now become faction A and faction B. Not just these two people, more added to it. And there will be someone in the middle at the end of the day. Because let's say both of them, or the groups, wants to start firing at each other. What will become of you in the middle? It is important that you tread with caution. It is important that you protect yourself. Very important, because this journey might be a bit rough. It might be a bit rough. And it could be that this blogger, from what I heard also, that is just recently, in some couple of hours ago, he talked about certain characteristics or characters of Prophet Tibetan that he observed, that if you did work, so it means this blogger confirmed that he also gets spiritual assistance from them apart from interviewing them. He said, why will you kind of envy or try to chase someone that you are praying for or helping spiritually to achieve or to attain? Why? Well, I don't know. I don't really know the inner, depth of this, what it means, what he's trying to say, what really happened. Because prophets are also human beings. They pray for you. You get Range Rover. They themselves need Range Rover. But this part that he's trying to emphasize on is what I don't really get. They come to your house, they want to take something from you and say, oh, I like this, like painting a picture of greed, painting a picture of envy, something like that, competition, something like that. Well, what are your thoughts about this one? Probably you've been following these two prophets. What do you think about this recent development between both of them? Do you think someone is causing this, or in reality, the accusation that has been put on Prophet Tibetan is true or not? Do you think it's inconsistent? Do you think Prophet Adebayo hijacked? What is it that you think is wrong or happening around them? Drop your comment, like and share, subscribe to this channel if you're new here. See you in the next update.